Hi, my name is ShiVa and you're watching the ShiVa Minute. Now, I probably want to export your model or artwork or character to ShiVa now. This requires the model to be saved in the DAE format or Collada format, which is the import format for ShiVa. Now, if you happen to use Wings 3D, you can simply go to Export and choose Collada, DAE. If you have to adjust some settings, click here. Do not check swap Y and Z axis, as ShiVa uses pretty much the same scale and coordinate system as Wings 3D does, but you want to export the normals and the UV coordinates. If you happen to use a more complex character like this one, things are a bit more complicated. If you're lazy as me or want to save texture space, you'll probably model recurring objects like this hand, which also occurs on the other side, only once. So you will copy the object and move them into position, mirror it, and then you have a second hand. But this is impractical for ShiVa. ShiVa requires the model to be one object and not a group of objects. If I exported that model, I would get nothing more but merely a dozen of objects inside one group, which could look like this, or animate even worse. Fortunately, Wings 3D brings a tool that allows you to combine individual objects into one model without losing the UV map and without doing booleans or other crap. Just select all that's in the scene, right click, go to Combine in object mode, and note on the other side the geometry graph collapses the whole model into one object. So you go from this in Cheetah, where every leg and every object is separate, to this, where I have just one object and multiple materials on this object, which will import in ShiVa as subsets. So parts of the mesh where different materials are assigned, but only one object that has to be animated.